Wouldn't it be good if a magical weight loss pill existed that you could take, it would make you shredded, it would decrease your appetite, it would stop you from being hungry, and it would give you a massive hard-on in the gym? Well, that exists. Well, it exists kind of. Some of those criteria are met, that one. Yohimbine is a bark extract found on the Yohimbine, who'd have guessed it, in Africa. And as we all know, if it's natural, it's got to be good for you. So it's basically a vegetable. Its original use is as an aphrodisiac, and it is still used as that today to, you know what I'm saying, boys? Gives you a boner, makes you shredded. What more could you want? Well, it's not banned in natural bodybuilding federations either. This sounds fantastic. Since I started filming this video, I've got a little bit chubby, and I've also become bald. As you might see, you're probably like, what is going on? But basically, this is like a month or two since I started filming this. Right, so fat cells have two different types of receptors on them, alpha receptors and beta receptors. Different areas have different densities or different, oh, don't you dare. Fucking hate that dog, man. So I explained this next bit really terribly because I got distracted by the dog. But basically, fat cells have two different types of receptors, alpha receptors and beta receptors. Yohimbine is an alpha adrenergic antagonist. So it binds to alpha receptors on fat cells. Those areas of stubborn fat just so happen to be higher in alpha receptors, which is what Yohimbine binds to, which means that Yohimbine has the ability to assist in burning stubborn body fat. Down here is going to be an area where you get stubborn body fat, and because we've got a high density of alpha receptors on these fat cells, Yohimbine is said to target these stubborn body fat areas a little bit better than just like a normal calorie deficit. So you might find you get to the end of a diet and there's certain areas that you're struggling to shift a bit of fat on. The idea is by implementing a little bit of Yohimbine, you can like get rid of those areas a little bit quicker. And I would say that I have noticed my fat distribution changing since I've been on it. Like my arms have been a bit leaner. I have lost fat down here, but I've still got a lot of fat on my belly. It's like kind of hard to tell if I've proportionally lost more fat from this area or not. But there are some side effects which include skin flushing, rash, agitation, anxiety, insomnia, dizziness, rapid heart rate, increased urination, headache, nausea, vomiting. More serious risks can include chest pain, heart attack, heart rhythm problems, atrial fibrillation, kidney failure, and seizures. But don't be a little pussy, because have you read the side effects of ibuprofen or paracetamol or any like standard medication? It will say awful things, awful things. So as long as you're sensible, I wouldn't be too concerned about side effects. The only thing that I would consider is if you're someone that suffers with panic attacks or anxiety, it can make you feel a little on edge or a little anxious. But the best way to combat this is literally just start low. You basically just want to ease into it. Start with a low dose. You can always take more, but you can't take less. It's probably better to be wishing you had more versus better to be wishing you didn't have so much. It is a stimulant. It is not going to be a good time taking too much of it. You're probably going to feel absolutely awful and get some of those side effects if you do like go crazy on the dosaging. So take it easy, start low, and then you can always increase. Personally, I feel good when I take it. Like I'm on it right now. I want to talk more. I feel like there's less inhibition. I feel heightened. I don't feel anxious. I don't really get that. But it is worth noting, it's why some pre-workouts, especially like the hardcore ones, can make you feel anxious. It's going to be that Yohimbine aspect of it, especially if you got them from America. The standard dose for fat loss is 0.2 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. So if I weighed 80 kilograms, I would times that number by 0.2, and then that would equal this, which is what I would take every single day. But I would not start on that amount. So I would start low. I'll probably start on like 5 milligrams, assess my tolerance, see how I feel from it, see what it does, and then slowly work my way up, because you will build a tolerance to it over time. Like you don't have to cycle off it, but to keep its effectiveness, I probably would stop taking it every couple of weeks, have like a week off, 2 weeks off before I start taking it again for a couple of weeks. But like I said, it's non-steroidal, it's natural, it's not going to affect your hormones, it's not going to do anything bad to your endocrine system, anything like that. It just might make you feel a little bit anxious and have schizophrenia if you're predisposed to it, but it'll be fine. In summary, Yohimbine is a evidence-backed tool for fat loss that is probably going to be effective. It's not some magical fat loss pill that you can just take and you're going to lose loads and loads of weight. You need to have a good diet, have some training in place, actually be losing a little bit of weight, but it can help you in two situations. Number one, at the tail end of the diet, when you've got very, very lean, you're struggling to lose that last little bit of body fat, or if you want a little extra boost, a little bit of assistance in terms of what you're doing. It has its place, and it's one of the only things that I'd actually recommend to people that are serious about training and serious about getting that extra little couple of % boost out of their diet. If they're doing a photo shoot, if they're they're very lean already and need to get rid of that last bit, Yohimbine is decent. Where do you get it from? Well, like all great things, you can get it from the internet. In pretty much every single country that I'm aware of, it is completely legal and fine to buy. You just can't sell it in England. So you can't actually get it from a supplier directly in the UK if you're in England. But if you're in America, Asia, etc., you can buy it pretty much anywhere very, very easily. In terms of buying it online, there is one issue where the dosage that's claimed on the bottle for a lot of places is going to be drastically different to the dose that you actually get in the Yohimbine itself. So it's why you want to start low and slowly work your way up, because it might say 2.5 milligrams in a tablet, but it could be 10 milligrams or it could be 0.01 milligrams. Like, you never know. So be careful if you're getting it from a untested, unregulated source. Like if you're in the UK, you just have to get it from random site online. But if you are in the rest of the world, Huge Supplements do a standardized, tested 5 milligram high quality Yohimbine tab, which is absolutely sick. So a lot of the other tablets as well will be 1 milligram, 2.5 milligrams, which is going to mean you're going to need like 20 tablets for 20 milligrams. You're taking 1 milligram tabs. But because Huge Supplements are a reputable supplement brand, you can take 4 tablets and get 20 milligrams and be pretty certain that you're actually getting the right amount of Yohimbine in the tablet. But if you're from the UK, you have to go to some like dodgy website and buy some shitty low dose tablets, but it'll probably be fine. Like I said, it's not some crazy, scary, melt your liver kind of drug. It is natural, it's allowed in drug tested federations. Pretty sure it's allowed in the Olympics. It is really quite tame, but just be careful with the dosages. But if you want to grab anything from Huge, there is a link down below. Is where I get all of my Yohimbine from. Code MO will get you 10% off your entire order, and they also do other cool stuff like pre-workouts, proteins, all the supplements that I use basically are from those guys. But anyway, people, any questions, drop me a message, drop me a follow on Instagram. Peace out, and don't take too much Yohimbine and die.